Cynthia. All right, make sure we are recording. All right. Hey guys, thank you so much for being here. I have been so excited for this Zoom for weeks since Joe agreed to do this for us. Quickly, before I kick this over to him, hello, Cynthia. I just want to introduce myself. If some of you don't know who I am, my name's Jennifer Turner. I'm from a small town in Kentucky, and I come from the MLM background back in 2020. I had no idea what I was doing. And then I was very successful, built a team, spoke on stages, earned the trips. And then everything started to crash down. I was burnt out, exhausted, chasing people in the DMs. I didn't know what an automation was or a sales funnel or any of that stuff, which brought me to learning a better way. So I got into digital marketing and then started my community. Also messy, had no idea what I was doing there. And so I think this Zoom is so important for school community owners because he's built a system that has tools that are easy to use to help us automate and make things easier and prevent people from leaving and just doing a better, I don't know if customer service is the word, but just having an optimized community. So I'm so excited for Joe to be here. He is, oh shoot, where did you? I'm so sorry. I forgot where you told me you were from. Ah,
Richmond, Virginia at the moment. Originally,
Virginia.
yeah,
I love it.
originally from New Jersey, but yes, I'm living
I
in
love
Richmond,
it.
Virginia now.
He is a Skool Games winner, which I am so jealous of. I'm coming for that so hard. And he has built a system that he's going to talk about today to help us all with our communities be more successful. So I'm going to kick it over you, Joe, and let you do your thing. We are going to ask if we could hold questions to the end just so he can kind of get through what he needs to do, and we can always pop back to whatever section you guys need help with. All
Awesome.
right. Let me
Thank
make you
you.
the host.
Okay,
Cool.
sounds good. Hey, everybody. Nice of you to stop by. Great to be here. Just a little bit about me. Jennifer mentioned, yeah, I'm from New Jersey. I'm living in Richmond at the moment. I've been in tech for the past 20 years or so. I've been on school since January of 2024. And ever since I joined, I kind of just fell in love with the platform. And when I first joined, there were some things that I felt were missing, like being from a tech background. Like I just felt like there should be some things that they didn't have. So about a year ago, I started building those things that like I wish I had when I first started on school. And so I will show you some of that stuff today that I have in my community. So when anybody joins, there's three different tiers, but depending on which tier you join, you get different access to different goodies. So I'll just take you through a few of like the most popular ones that people seem to really enjoy. So hopefully that sounds good to everybody. Let's see if I can share my screen here. All right. First thing that you're going to notice, if everybody could see my screen, is that we have some privacy features built in where you can blur out people's names and pictures. So if you ever have to give a demo, you don't really know who's who in the community. It's actually kind of cool. It changes their name, completely changes their name. And I would like to get it to a point where there's some fake images in here and not just like this blacked out. But anyway, we have that in there. So the system that I built is really two parts. There's a Chrome extension and a web application. It only works on desktop for the most part. There are some things that you can do on mobile, but there's no way that we can do anything with the school app itself on mobile. So anything we were to do on mobile would need to be through a browser. Unfortunately, that's just a limitation of the way apps work. You can't really do too much compared to a browser, right? So most of the stuff I'm going to show you, well, all the stuff I'm going to show you is in the browser. Most of our functionality needs to be done in the browser as well. So right now we support Chrome and Edge as the two browsers. And yeah, as I mentioned, we have an extension here, and we also have a web app, which is skoo.ly. And so yeah, let me just start with some of the features here. So the first thing that you'll notice is if you go into any post or comment or DM or classroom module, we have this microphone icon here. And what this will allow you to do is to record voice notes and attach them directly into the post or the comment or whatever you're working on. And then as you're talking, it's going to make the transcript. So you can also use that and feed it into your AI system of choice or what have you. It supports up to 10 languages. I know we have one person in our group who teaches Greek, and they swear by this because they can capture all the stuff and then use that in their classroom. And then, yeah, once you finish recording, we even have this cleanup button, which goes out to ChatGPT and it takes the transcript and it cleans it up a little bit. You could download the video, the audio, or attach it right into a post or comment. So as you're talking, so this is like basically native school files that they use. Like if that's the type of audio files that they prefer you use. But also, you could do something called a voice note, which is a little bit different than an audio. You could have like a custom background on your audio. You could add closed captioning as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do in here. You could also do videos and you could do screen recordings as well. So, it's almost kind of like Loom. I don't know if anybody has seen Loom, but you get a little square on the screen with your picture, like with your video feed of, your face or whatever, and then you can be walking through your app and or whatever you're demoing and capture your screen. There's even a teleprompter, captions, all that stuff is in here. So this is called Hawk Talk. That's one of our most popular standard plan features that we have. Yeah, a couple other things that are pretty cool on the standard plan are bookmarks. So you can bookmark any school post from any community, and then you can see them here and visit them, at your leisure whenever you want to read it. Also in the website, I could show you what that looks like there too, but yeah, I think the extension is probably the easiest for bookmarks. Um, and then there's Hawkflix. So Hawkflix is like it's basically our own GIF system. So you can create GIFs and you can insert them into posts or comments or DMs. So creating the GIF is pretty easy, but then once you have it, you can right click into an input field and you could say Skooly GIFs. And then there are, my personal gifts, and then you can choose to share them with the community, with the Skooly community. So these are all the gifts that like other people added in, and everybody in the group has access to them. And so, yeah, all you have to do is just click on the one that you want, and then it's going to just put it right into the post or the comment or whatever it is that you're doing. So, pretty fun on the standard tier. One more thing that's pretty cool on the standard tier is the concept we have of it's called quick messages. And what quick messages are essentially templates of text that you may reuse over and over again. So let's say when somebody joins, you have a standard message that you send somebody when they join your community. Instead of having to like keep that somewhere and copy and paste it, you can just do it very easily with our quick message system. And this is one thing that is inside the web app. So when you come into the web app and you go to quick messages, on the standard tier, you get 3. On the premium, you get 10, and then unlimited on the VIP. But basically, you can create a quick message here. So let's just say I'll call this one, test demo 1, and then I can put whatever message I want. Hi, welcome to the group. And I can do other things like give it a tag so I could find it easier later. I could add files or GIFs to it. And I can do text formatting in here, all kinds of fun stuff, right? Add links, put bullet points, you get the idea. When I'm done with that, I say create. And so now I have this test demo one quick message. And so if I wanted to send that to somebody, or if I wanted to use it as a post or something, I just have to put the slash, I put like forward slash, and then I start typing. And here's test demo one. And then it just automatically inserts that right in. So I think mostly useful for like a DM template kind of a deal, but you theoretically can use it anywhere. And there's also some other cool stuff in there. Like you can add your own variables and stuff if you want to get really if you want to get really granular. Excuse that. But yeah. So if you had like an upcoming event or something and you were going to mention that date a few times within your quick message, then you could create like you could use variables like this and you could set up whatever variables you wanted. And yeah, and those are basically quick messages and those are pretty useful. A lot of people are telling me that they're using a combination of quick messages and Hawk Talk video messages or audio messages when people join, and they're having like super positive responses to it. Like people feel like, wow, that's a really nice touch, like to be able to get a custom audio or video message when people join my group or when I join a group. Like people are really, really finding that helpful to just welcome people and just start off in a really nice way with their new members. So yeah, pretty fun, pretty cool stuff. Going back to the extension, I just want to show you guys a couple more things that are in here. If you go to the advanced, I'm sorry, the utilities. So if we also have a text editor in here, so if you wanted to, format some text, you could do it through here as well. And the privacy filters here, so you can hide members, tiers. You could remove emojis from names and stuff like that. Tab hygiene is probably one of my favorite. You can, if you have like a million tabs open, like I do on my other browser, you can just press this button and it'll close all of them except for one of each type. So that's kind of useful. Um, let's see what else is interesting in here. I think for the standard tier, those are probably the most used features. There's a couple other things here and there, but those are like the main ones. When we start to move to the higher tiers, premium would be next. And that one, I think the biggest feature on there is the testimonials. So with our premium tier, you can create your own testimonials page and you can start collecting proof from your members, which will help you attract more members once you have that social proof in there. And so this is our testimonial page designer, essentially. So over here are all the various different options that you can have. And then over here is kind of like a preview of what the page would actually look like. So as you're designing it and changing the colors and changing, how you want your links to look, where you want them to go, how do you want your testimonials to like their cards to look and stuff like that. You can kind of see here like how it's going to look. And then when you are ready to look at it, this is kind of this is what mine looks like right now. There are people in the group that have way better ones than me. But yeah, this is just to kind of show you like what is possible here. This header would not be here if it was like a normal user looking at it. It's only here because I'm logged into the website. So yeah, and if you wanted to collect feedback from your members, there's two ways you could do it. You could either send them this kind of traditional testimonial form. They can fill this out and submit it. At that point, it would go into your approval queue. So you have to approve or reject any testimonials that come in. And once you approve it, it goes right to your testimonial page. And anybody that you share that with, if you have it in your profile or as one of your sidebar links or whatever it may be, those people would be able to see something like this. The other really cool thing about testimonials is that you can pull them directly from Skool. So if somebody in your group makes a nice post about a win, or if they leave a comment and they shout you out and they say you did something really great for them, or their gratitude comment or post or whatever like that, you can capture that and send it directly to your testimonials page. So the way that we do that is open up the post, and then you click these three dots here, which are built into Skool, and then you say send to testimonials. And then it's going to ask you which testimonials page do you want to send it to, and you just say publish now. And then it says testimonial published successfully. And so when I go back to my testimonial page, this is going to be interesting to see how this shows up because I had the privacy filter on. Let's say refresh. And let's see. Yeah. So it comes in as unknown with the black profile thing here when you have privacy mode on. But you could see the other ones how they come in when you don't have privacy mode on. So yeah, this is really easy way because it's kind of, I don't know, for me anyway, it's kind of hard to like ask people like, "Hey, do you want to fill out a testimonial for me?" Like, so I it's much easier to say, "Hey, I saw you made this nice post. Do you mind if I use it as a testimonial?" And you don't have to worry about like taking screenshots and doing stuff like that. So yeah, so this is testimonials. The other thing that's cool about testimonials is we have this content studio, and what you can do with this is you could basically make a video or an image of those testimonials, and you can export it, and it's perfectly sized to go on your about page. So you can take something like this and you could put it as one of your about page media slots. And the video is like even cooler. You could do up to 30 testimonials. You could add music into it if you want, and then you can export it. And then it's just going to do like basically a slideshow of all the different testimonials popping up. So you could have up to 30 in one video. So that's probably a more efficient use of your about page slots since we only get a few of those. And this is what that kind of looks like. So you guys can see the idea here. Yeah, so that's the other thing that's on freemium that's pretty cool is the content studio. And there's more we're gonna probably do here as well. Also, thing I want to mention on the premium tier is that you could bring your own domain name. So if you look at like the testimonials page, it's like Skooly domain testimonials and then your thing. So if you wanted to, this could be your domain here. It doesn't have to be Skooly if you want it to stay on brand or what have you. All right. So that's testimonials. Um, the other thing that you get on premium is like analytics, and this is the community hub here. And so what the analytics will help you do is to identify like who your most engaged members are and who are the folks that are just kind of stalled out or maybe they're not engaging at all. Maybe they just joined the platform and then they for whatever a lead magnet or something and then they never did anything else. Um, when you go into the community hub, it's going to give you all kinds of stats, um, numbers, how many people were active in the last 7 days. Um, my data is a little outdated because I actually prioritized the other groups instead of my own in this thing. But yeah, how many likes, how many new members, how many people are canceling, free trials, and then what's your rank on Skool and in your category. And then you can see like there's a little graph here rank over time. So it's going to keep track of like how you're trending in your group, like overall on Skool. There's this risk distribution bar, which needs a little bit of work, the way that we're figuring out the different buckets. Like, I don't think I have 17 critical people right now, but it might be like 10, but I have to look at that some more. And then an activity graph that shows you like how many posts and comments that you've had over time within your group. And then if we go into the Insights tab, this is also really cool. Based on what we know about your group, we can actually use AI to form some opinions and to give us some recommendations. Of course, it's AI. We should, make up our own minds and think for ourselves, but it's kind of cool. It could give you some ideas. If I say, okay, look at all my top posts, what were the common characteristics? What kind of content was making people talk? And what are some recommendations that you have for making me to be able to replicate this moving forward in my future posts? So I thought that was a really nice ad that we have. And then conversely, what are our worst posts and what was not so great about those? So we can try to avoid doing that stuff in the future. We also have a breakdown by category, which isn't super useful, but we do have it in there. I'm not sure if we're going to keep that long term. And then here's like all my posts and ranked by engagement score. So here is the most popular post that I've had in the Skooly community. It got 40 likes and 93 comments with 45 unique commenters. And if I want to go see what that was, I just click on that and it takes me right into the post. So that is pretty cool. At the bottom here, it gives us some recommendations for when's the best time to post. What are my best days? Here's like a heat map of like the engagement. So I can see, okay, when I post around this time, this is how many people are engaging and stuff like that. So it's useful to know, help you run things a little bit better, a little bit more efficiently, and see how you can improve moving forward. On the members tab, these are going to be all of the folks that are in your group. And each person gets an engagement score, and that's based on this, these criteria that we have. And this is constantly evolving. We're trying to make it better and more accurate, but this is the way that we figure it right now. And yeah, so if I have all my folks here, I could see who the highest engagers are. I can filter and sort all sorts of different ways. And then if I drill down into one of my members, I could see their profile information, which is basically just the same thing as opening their profile on Skool. I could see their recent activity, all their posts and recent comments that they've made. Here's the post that they engaged with the most, meaning that they had a lot of comments on that post. So that for whatever reason, this person really liked those posts a lot. And then here's the things that they posted that the other members really liked. So that's also helpful to know. And then course progress. So that's one of the things that we also keep track of is how people are doing in a particular course. So if you go on Skool and you go to your members and you go to membership and courses, now you can see for this person, here's all the course progress that they have. But you would have to go through and do that for everybody one at a time to get like a bigger picture view, right? Like how like if I said, for example, how many people are doing well in Skooly 101? I would literally have to go through every single person to answer that question. So one of the things that we do capture is the course progress per person so that we can see, okay, by course, here's how it's looking. And per person, here's all the courses that they have access to. How much progress are they making in each one? So if I see, okay, they joined on this date and then, yeah, they started off really good. But then, there's been no activity for the past 2 weeks. And then I might reach out to them and I might say, hey, I noticed that you haven't really been progressing, or is there anything I can do to help? And they might say, yeah, well, I was on vacation. So, oh, okay. How was it? And just have a conversation about that. But so yeah, so we try to make that way easier. If courses are really important to your group, like some groups, it's all about the community. Some groups, it's really all about the training and the courses, and some are a mix of both. But it's always good to know like who's looking at your stuff. It's better to know than not know. So yeah, so this is the members area, and then here's the courses section. So here's all the courses I have, and my group is not really that much about courses, but you can see here for Skooly 101, I have a bunch of people that completed it, a few people that are in progress, and some people are just slackers. And then, yeah, so I could see it by course and I could see it by member as well. Let's see, revenue. Yeah, revenue is pretty cool. So, revenue is going to show me who are all my affiliates. So, these are all the people who've recommended people to my community, and those people ended up signing up. Yeah, I mean, we do have 40% affiliate commissions turned on. So a lot of people have been taking advantage of that, and it's pretty awesome. And then also, yeah, this helps me keep track like of the LTV and like who's paying what and stuff like that. You do have that in Skool, but this makes it a little bit easier to see everything at once. Badges are really cool. So you can set up different emojis for the different people on the different tiers, or you can create your own groups of people that have a certain emoji. And then when you go into Skool, those emojis will appear next to their names. Let's see here. It's probably because I have the privacy thing on. So let's just turn that off for now. So if I reload this page, so this is me. I just have the fire, but here's Dez. I have him. He's on VIP, and he is one of the OGs from Skooly. So I have a special emoji for him as well, and for those folks. So that's kind of cool. At a glance, you can know like, okay, this person's on this tier. Especially if you have a lot of people in your group, it can come in handy. So yeah, all right. So that's this, and Hawk tasks. This is It's basically like I was using this as kind of like a to-do list. So anytime somebody asked for a feature or something, I would just put a hashtag to do or research or whatever, and then it basically gets stored into this area of the site. And you could do the same thing. It could be any hashtags you want. It doesn't have to be a to do, but if there was something you needed to follow up on and you didn't want to forget, then you can do like a hashtag follow up, and then it would show up here. And then once you click on it, it's going to show you exactly where that thing happened. So you can go right to that particular post or that comment. And then yeah, so it kind of helps keep track, keep organized and stuff like that. So all right. One last thing I want to cover on the premium tier, and that's the DM auto responding to people who comment. So I have this post set up where I said I'm testing something, just act normal. And everybody who comments on this post will get a DM from me. So it could be something like, comment below if you want to receive this special thing, right? Or if you want more information about this special offer, or whatever it may be. So anybody who comments on the post will get a DM, and you can choose what it says. You can choose how long that will happen for. You can say, okay, it's only for the next 2 days. You could set an expiration time. And it's only going to be the people who comment on the top level. So if somebody comments within a comment, like Gabriel here, she would not get a DM, because she wasn't a top level. And if they comment multiple times, they'll only get one DM. So that's like the main automation or DM automation that we have on the premium tier. And then, yeah, then we start to get more automation in the VIP tier. So, yeah, why don't I show you some of those things? Those are pretty awesome as well. So, yeah, starting with scheduled posts. So, you can schedule out your posts if you're going to be on vacation or if you do like a weekly Wednesday wins or Friends Friday or whatever they may be. So, you can set those up recurring. You get a nice calendar view here. You can click on the day that you want to make your post, or at least the first one, and you can choose a time. Let's just say here, pick your community, give it a title, a body, like, and yeah, again, we have the formatting here. We have the ability to add links and what have you. Which category you want to put it in? You could put files, GIFs, polls. You can put YouTube, Loom, pretty much the same video formats that Skool supports when you include a video. You can tag members in the post itself. We also sorry, I'm jumping around. We also have the auto DM commenters in ability in here as well. So you can schedule a post and also get people who comment on it and send them a DM. You choose when you want it to go off, and then you can choose a repeating schedule. So you can say daily. You can say daily, no end date. You can just keep sending a post every day. Or you can say after X occurrences or on a date. You can do weekly, every 2 weeks, etc. And then, yeah, then it just will make the post for you. And yeah, you don't have to worry about it. I know one person was going on vacation, and a few people have like a weekly recurring post that they do. So that's how most people are using it right now, and they're really enjoying it. Which reminds me, sorry about that, but I did forget to tell you on the standard tier, we also have this calendar where you can see all of the calls in all of the communities that you belong to in one view. So like for today, I can see what are the upcoming calls today in all the different groups. And so I can kind of plan out my day based around those calls if I wanted to join in there. So that's on the standard.
$1 Kim.
And yeah, you can choose which groups that you want to include, or you could say all. And yeah, so that's what that one is also pretty cool on the standard. Quick messages we talked about. DM sequences. These are kind of more advanced automations that you can do. So you can say you could set up a new sequence and you kind of get this like flowchart builder. And there's different triggers that you can have which might start off a DM sequence. So you can say something like when a new member joins, or when a member starts canceling, or when payments decline, level ups, tier upgrades. You get the idea. There's all these different triggers. So you could do something like this, say new member joins, and then I'm gonna wait like 2 days, and then I'm gonna send them a DM, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, name, how are you liking community so far?" And then I can start a conversation with them just to check in, and it's gonna happen automatically, so I don't have to think about it. It's probably a good practice to check in with people periodically and see how they're doing and see if they need anything. And so, yeah, so you can get pretty sophisticated with these and you can build all kinds of flows. We have conditional branching, delays, and all kinds of fun goodies in here. And then once a member like enters into a sequence or whatever, then they show up on this enrollments tab. So here you can see all the people who are involved in a DM sequence that you have. So like here, for example, this person leveled up. And so if I click on her name, I will see this is the DM that was sent, and when was it sent? 3 days ago. I can see more information here and drill down into it. And if I'm, these are all successful, so I could just delete them if I don't really need to keep them here. So yeah. And you could even set it so that you have to approve the stuff as well. So you can just make sure, like, if you're doing like a really complicated one and you don't, you want to be extra careful that you don't send the message incorrectly or that your setup of your sequence is not right. You can put the approval on, and then you would just have to go into the enrollments and say, like, you'll get like two icons like this that'll say approve or deny. And then you could just say approve, which I'm going to do for this one. And then, yeah, then it's going to continue on. Okay. Couple other things here. I know we're starting to run out of time. I want to make sure I leave time for questions, but we have Skooly boards, and boards are essentially just Kanban boards, if you guys are familiar, or you could think of them like sticky notes on a whiteboard, and it'll help you manage your projects or work with your members and get more visibility into where they are. So this is kind of what it looks like. You can load members into here. You can create tasks, notes, objectives, and then you can kind of move people through the different columns, and you could completely customize like all the columns and stuff. So a lot of people are using it almost like a CRM where they're like, okay, this person is here, they're a lead, I'm trying to get them into this cohort, or I'm trying to move them to the higher tier in my group or something like that. So you can set up like a board for that. So you could just say new board, and member pipeline, you can make it custom, and then you could call this like leads, and then premium, just as an example, and then you can say VIP, and then you can either create people, you could just add people this way. So if I put Faith in here, and now I can go into Faith, I could see what her engagement is, I can see which courses she's enrolled in. I could leave notes here if I want to based on that. And I can see if there's any DM sequences that she's involved in. And then, yeah, I can come up with a plan for Faith. And then I can hopefully move her into the premium or the VIP tier. So yeah, you can get pretty creative with how you use this. It's fully customized. There's a few of them out of the box that might be useful, like retention and just like a general member pipeline and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, this is probably one of the coolest things that we just recently came out with, and that's Skooly Sidekick. So if you go into the extension, you say Skooly Sidekick. We actually have a chat room where you can invite people within your group to participate. And yeah, so if you have like let's say a special cohort, or if you want to, have a special chat with your VIP members or something like that, you can create a room in here, and yeah, it works just like a regular chat room as you would expect. You can increase the font size, you can add GIFs, emojis, you could even do voice notes in here if you want to. And like all your members would have access to this as long as you're on Skooly VIP. You could add images and all that kind of stuff. And we even have an AI tab here. It's not very well utilized yet, but it knows everything about your community, and you can send your members here to ask any questions and stuff like that. Yeah, I know that's a lot. I probably could keep on talking for 3 hours and not cover everything. So I think I'll stop here. I think you guys are probably heads are spinning by now. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer or
Oh, this
clarify.
is so, so good. I wrote down questions as I was going, so I have a lot, but I want to let them answer. I know Kim just asked a great question. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
let me.
is good. And you're good on time. I don't have anywhere to be until
All right.
7. Go ahead, Kim.
In order to do the group chat, like for your VIPs, your premiums and stuff, everybody has to have Skooly, right?
They need to install the extension, but they don't need to buy anything. So as long as they have the extension, then they can access it. But
Okay.
they don't need an account. They don't need they don't need anything. They just need to install the extension. And basically the way it works is like the way that we're getting all the members and stuff in the group, like I was showing. So we're going to validate that person is in your community. And there's also a link that you share with them that gets them access. So they need both of those things. They need the link and they need to be recognized as being in your community by our system. So they don't need a login. They just need to install the extension.
What
And they
about,
oh, go ahead, Kim. Sorry.
yeah, do you have like a complete itemized PDF for each tier, like for the 9, 39, and 59? Because
Yeah, yeah,
obviously you have listed on your 3-tier plan, there's a lot more behind each tiers.
yeah, yeah. I know. The thing is, things are coming pretty quickly, and I'm always adding stuff and changing stuff. This is probably the most up to date page is the Skooly/compare. I'll drop that into the chat if I can find it. But yeah, sorry.
To piggyback off Kim's question, do they have to be in your community
Nope,
for to be in the chat rooms?
nope.
They just have to.
They have to be in your community, and you need to be a VIP in Skooly.
Okay, and then we give them some sort of extension for them to set up.
Yeah, so it's the same extension that Skooly people use, except Skooly people have they have a username and a password that they log into the extension with.
Mhm.
But from a user's perspective, they wouldn't need any of that. They would just need the extension. So let me show you. This is like one of my test accounts. So this is what it would look like for them. They would come in here, it would say username and email and password. But then they would just go up here to Skooly Sidekick, and then it would launch like this. And then they would go to rooms, and then they would just click on the chat room, and that would be it. As long as you can walk them through, like, okay, this is how you install the extension, that should be it. And then
So
yeah,
is that like the sidebar on your Google Chrome?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the to-do Google, like the calendar Google, stuff like that?
yeah. It's basically just a sidebar built into the browser. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me click this.
How does it look on the phone?
On the phone, that's a good question. Think most of the stuff, like when it comes to Chrome extensions, you can't install them on the phone unless you have like a special browser. Like you need a browser called Orion, and then you can install extensions. But like the native Chrome browser that you would get on an Android or an Apple phone, you can't install extensions on it. There may be opportunities to like build a mobile app or something at some point, or make a web app that's more accessible, with the chat in it. Like it wouldn't be that much work to take the chat that we have in the sidebar and like put it into the website.
Mm.
Like that wouldn't be that hard to do. That could be something that we do in the future. But yeah, since most of the stuff requires you to be on your laptop or on the desktop, V1 MVP was just getting it to work, while you're browsing around school and while you're doing the other stuff in the extension. But longer term, yeah, we do whatever we want with it, really.
Yeah. He gets feature requests like probably daily. And he works on a lot of them.
What's the percentage of school using this right now?
Not much. I think we have 280 people.
Yeah, they're not aware of it, and I'm trying to make like everybody needs to be aware of it because if they really understood the value, I mean, it might not be. I don't know if somebody just starting their community
What
would
is the chance you'll
know.
get Alex or Sam to actually promote it?
Yeah, that would be cool. You know, I actually have a pretty good relationship with those guys and a few other people on school that are school famous or whatever you want to call them. But like, you know, the thing I noticed is like a lot of them are hesitant to like really promote that much. I think I don't know, maybe their reputation, they're protecting their reputation or whatever. But like I haven't really seen them promote too many other things, you know, too much really, to be honest. But that was sure, man, that would be great. I would love that.
Let's see. Does
Is your
anybody else have any questions before I get into all my little scribbles I
i-
did real
is
quick while I
your
was talking?
is your pricing solid, or you plan on subject to change down the road?
Yeah, I think it's probably not going to stay where it's at right now, but I don't
He's
have
already
any.
changed it once, and I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when, but yeah. So you see some of these features are still in beta. I think once they get ironed out and they're like really legit. I didn't even talk about pages, but you could make like landing pages and stuff like that with like a drag and drop kind of an editor. It's almost like a website builder, so you can like do this
Wow.
kind of stuff and you can make landing pages. There's even like a timer. So like if you were making a special offer that like expires like on a certain date or whatever. Yeah, and you could actually pull in your testimonials from your testimonials section here. Yeah,
So you
so
could make like a lead magnet page
yeah,
or just
yeah,
a
exactly.
wow, stop. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm like mind blown. I just knew I was only had the bandwidth to wrap my head around some of the features, but I am just definitely upgrading for sure. Does anybody else have any questions? And if you're, I'm a introvert. If you're too shy to unmute, you can type it in the chat. Whatever. Let's see. Let me get back to the start of mine. Are you okay? I actually need to know, and this is very simple, but I'll have a lot of people that are like brand new and not super techie.
Yeah.
I'm like a apprentice techie. I used to
Yep.
be novice. How do we and you might have this in your classroom, I'm sure, because I know I downloaded, to get my password and go to the dashboard.
Yeah.
But how do we get this on our computer? We download the Google Chrome extension, but I'm not sure, like, I tried to
Yeah.
do it, but then I don't know, like, where it went.
Yeah, yeah. So to download the extension, it's just
Probably super simple, I know.
yeah, no, it's fine. It's Skooly/extension, and then that'll take you to the Google um, Chrome store or whatever.
Okay.
And you just say get, and then it'll install it. And then this is the only part that might be a little tricky. Once it's installed, you have to go up to this puzzle icon over here, and then it's going to show up in the list. And then what you could do is you could pin it, so then it's always going to be up here. In the,
I bet that's what it is, because I think I've got
yeah.
it. I just don't know how to get to it.
Right. So yeah, if you've never used an extension before, then that
Mm-mm.
part might be a little confusing. And then the other thing that might be useful is if you go into extensions, puzzle piece, and you say manage extensions, like you can see what version you're on. And sometimes that might be helpful, like, I don't know, for troubleshooting. Oh, this isn't working. Okay, well, what version are you on? So you might have to come in here and just say, oh, I'm on 7.1.15. But aside from that, it's pretty straightforward, I think, once you know those little tricks. And then yeah, the website is just Skooly, Skoo.ly, and then
You had to be a really good geek, huh?
well, yeah. Well, you know, with me, like I knew I wanted to do something with computers when I was a little kid, and so I kind of just stuck with that. But yeah, I guess
What's
that's
your vision? What's your vision with schooling?
vision, I would say, is just I want to see how many tools I can get people to eliminate. Like I don't I want to be
Mm,
like the one-stop shop for like if you want to run a community, this is everything you need. Any problem that you might have as a community owner, we're going to try to solve it or we already have solved it. So like that's my vision for the group.
I love it. Do you have, and I'm just learning about this. I didn't even know that it was quite a thing. How do I say this? Do you have like a click trigger? Like if some like I'm posting a link to maybe say one of my freebies or whatever link I post in there, maybe they click it, but they don't actually opt in. Do you have some type of thing we can set up to recognize the clickers to follow
Yeah.
up?
That's another thing that I haven't talked about is that we have like a whole like link shortening system in here. So if you go into links, you can create a short link. So I don't know if anybody's ever used like Bitly or any of those link shortener. So like you can create like a short link using Skooly, and then we keep all the analytics on that. So if I go to my links, like here's all the links that I've created, and here's an example of one that got 1,600 clicks. And so if I wanted to see like how this thing was actually performing, I could see how many clicks, how many users, where the traffic came from, any URL parameters that I wanted to bake in. So if I was doing like an Instagram post, I could make a special UTM parameter for Instagram, let's say April 26th, right? So then I would use that in all of my marketing on Instagram, and then I can track back this particular link to that content. So I could see which of my content is getting clicks. And then,
Wow. Back
yeah,
up. Wait a minute. So this is something that you can use on social media. This isn't just school stuff. You can take these short links and
yeah, it
oh
works
my
for
gosh.
any link, like any link on the internet. Like you could use it. And then eventually, if people are using Skooly pages as their landing page, then we'll have like full end to end kind of visibility. But like right now, I can't tell you like, oh, if you click this link, did the person join my school group? I can't tell you that right now. I think only school would ever be able to tell you that. But if you had a landing page that is through Skooly, then I can tell you like, okay, this person came in through this link, through this content. They clicked on this CTA on your on your Skooly page, and now did they join or not? I guess you could put two and two together, but yeah.
Wow. And then in this, can you also track who clicked it, like see the actual member that clicked it yet? Or
No, oh well, we can get close, but we can't know exactly. So like we can get like where their location is.
okay.
So you might be able to decipher based on that.
Investigate.
Yeah, but that's another thing we could look into is okay, we maybe AI can help us there, but like here's the people that clicked my link and here's the people who joined. Can you look at their location in school and compare it to my link data and see, who this if it's the right person or who these people are. But that's not foolproof, but it's, something we could do.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then one question I want to ask for the kind of beginners.
Yeah.
Say someone has the hobby plan in school. If they invest in this, even at your VIP tier, which is your highest price point, right? They
Yeah.
can basically do almost all of the stuff that's in the pro plan and save money. Am I
I would say the main thing that you can do in the hobby plan well, using Skooly is you can send like a welcome DM, an automated welcome DM. That's like the
right?
main thing that you get on Pro that you don't get on, or one of the main things that you get on Pro
Yeah.
School. But I would say probably for people just starting out, the calendar feature would be really good because then they could join groups and see where they want to spend their time. and then
Mhm.
just go to those calls and learn. And then I would also say the Hawk Talk, the microphone recording would also be really useful because when new members join, they could send a personalized message because they probably don't have 25, 30 people joining every day. So they can do that personalized welcome. And then, yeah, and then the scheduled posts and the DMs and stuff, just to like have all their content planned out. They don't have to worry about doing any of that. And then the testimonials to like help attract new members. So even for beginners, I would say there's quite a lot of functionality at all the tiers that would be useful.
Yeah. I'm just a very strategic person. I know have a
Yeah,
lot of people that have hobby plans because they're not like making money yet. And I'm like, once you're
right.
making money, you need to upgrade to pro, like forget about
Yeah,
it. But this could be an option for them to have some really cool features
right.
while they're on the hobby plan. Can you
Absolutely.
automate a DM with a voice note, like a welcome?
Yeah, yeah. We're not well, not at the moment. It's possible. We haven't gotten there yet with the DMs. Like we have posts with voice notes and videos and stuff like that. DMs with videos and images and gifs, 100% possible, not implemented quite yet.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. I still have more questions, but I want to let other people have the floor. I'm just trying to think about what people that I know might ask that are going to watch this replay.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything? Type it in the chat if you're not able to unmute or whatever. Let's see. What are mine?
Oh, there was one other thing that I didn't cover that's kind of cool. And that's the tagging of bulk tagging of members. So like if you wanted to like send out a post to all your VIPs or all your whatevers and you wanted to tag them in if you wanted to tag them in a post or whatever, you would have to like tag them one at a time. But with this, like you can set up a list ahead of time and then you can just click which list you want to tag and then it'll just automatically insert those people so you wouldn't have to do it one at a
Oh
time.
my gosh. Yes. Cause
Yeah, yeah.
I had to stop that because there was just too many.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I wouldn't go tagging my whole group in one shot like too
right.
much because then people might be like, "Oh, this is like a spam.
They
Joey's
get annoyed
spamming me."
about it, but
Yeah.
it's good for welcoming the new members. Yeah, I used to
Yes.
screenshot and
Yes.
then have to go it was like a process, and I was like, "Ah, I'm just gonna welcome them, and I can't do all the tagging anymore."
Right. So these lists that like they get generated automatically, like you have to kick off the process to generate these lists when you want them. But once you do, then you can create your own lists if you want. You can create lists based off of people who commented on a post or based on people who voted a certain way on a poll.
Mm.
Um, those are all automated. Or if you go back into the website, if you go into where we were before in the community, if you go to your members, you can segment them based on various different criteria, right?
Like what level they are? I was trying to do that last night, and I could not figure it out.
Right. So if I said, okay, give me everybody who's level 4 and above, right? So there's 58 people. And then I say, okay, give me the people who are level 4 and above and they're on the standard tier. Okay? So now there's 5 people. And now what I could do is I could say I can make a list based off of this. Level 4 standard, right? And I could say create talent tag list. So now I have this list created and I can tag those people based on this criteria, right in a post or something. I don't know in this case why I would want to use this particular, this particular list. So,
That's awesome. I wasn't trying to do it through the Skooly thing because I still need to figure that out, but just through school itself, I went to try to find people, that were level 5 or above just so I could give them a shout out for
oh
just,
yeah.
showing up, engaging, and that was not an option. Everything else was an option but that.
Yeah, that's really hard to do. That's really hard.
Do that through your leaderboard, Jen.
You can? Okay.
Yeah, you can do it through your leaderboard.
Let's see.
Okay. I was in group settings and it had like courses and VI, all the tiers, but I couldn't figure
It
out.
depends on how engaging your leaderboard is, but it goes based on your all time, and then it'll only go to depending on how your group is moving. Like right now, my top 10 all time, they're all 6 or 7. So I can't really do it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because I
Mm.
would have to go individually through each one of them.
Right.
But it all depends on how engaging your community is and what level each person are. Like we have 4 people who are level 8, and we have 2 people who are level 9, and we haven't
Wow.
even broke 200 people yet. So
Oh, I'm not even a level 9 yet in my own groups. Also, before I forget, Joe, I feel like I heard this correctly, but also correct me if I'm wrong. If someone's on the VIP tier, you also do some sort of system where, say, someone joins your community and they don't have a referral link, you attach it to, you rotate.
Yeah, so what it was is like like when we create a link, like a short link, we can choose to make it as like a rotation link.
Mm-hmm.
I could show you what that looks like. I need to refresh here.
Because I remember Lydia from, the leadership school saying that she got a referral and it had to have been from a rotation
Right.
link, I guess.
Yeah, so for my VIPs, like I add them to this link rotation. And so what it is, it's basically like a short link, but you can set like different chances or percentages of like which destination does it go to. Um, yeah, I don't know what that is. School. So like for example, if I set one up where it was going to me or going to Sam, then there would be a 50% chance it would go to either one of those. But the way that I'm using it is for my VIPs, I have like one rotation link set up and I'm using their affiliate codes to my community. So anytime I post my a link to my community somewhere, I use that link. So if anybody clicks it, my VIPs have like a random chance that they would get the referral for that. So
Oh, that's
that's just
awesome.
yeah, so that's just like one of the perks of being on the VIP plan. To be honest though, like I don't really post it all that much. When I was first starting the group, like I was posting it a lot. I was running ads, I was doing all this stuff. But now like a lot of people are coming in through affiliates, so I haven't really been doing too much social media or ads or anything. But I'm sure that that'll change at some point. So
I love it. Testimonial pages, where does that go? You might have already answered it when you said we have to put that link like as one of our sidebar links or somewhere else. So it's not something that's going to be added to our school. This is just a link to the testimonial page that we'll put somewhere.
so you can yeah, you could have it either in your profile or you could have it as part of your classroom. Although I don't know why. Maybe you would have like the leave a testimonial as part of your classroom or something. But
Mm-hmm.
the actual testimonials, this is what you want people to see, but probably before they join.
Mm-hmm.
So how best to surface that to those folks who are, good potential members. I think it's going to vary from person to person. Like if you have an email list or if you do the social media thing, but yeah, like in school itself, like I have mine on my three
Gotcha.
links here. Yeah. And this is a public one. So anybody
Mm-hmm.
who's looking at my group would be able to click that and see. Yeah. But that's, this is a pro group. So I don't know that if that would be super helpful for hobby
Yeah.
group folks, but I think what would be useful is to get the testimonials and then make a video out of it and then put it on their about page, kind of like I have on mine.
Yes, I love that. Such a good
Yeah, so
idea.
like you don't even need to like send people off of school to see like your proof, or and if you don't have a link on the side, then just put it on your about page, which is probably better anyway than having it here, because you really don't want people to leave that about page, right? Once they're there, we want them to just
Join.
hopefully join. Yeah.
Optimize the about page. Let's see. What is critical people? When you said that, you said something about, I just wondered what that meant. Does that meant like spam risk people or people at risk to leave, churn?
Oh yeah, yeah. Those are people that are at risk to churn, and there's a couple variables we're considering there. It's like how much the person is paying, how much they're engaging, are probably the two most. If there's somebody who's been in my group for 8 months, but they're only paying $2 a month, but they never comment or post, I would say that person is a lower risk, you know, than somebody who's paying the
Just they're
39 a
gone.
month.
They're gone.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you can kiss them goodbye. They're gone.
but a lot of people, like when I first started the group, like a lot of people were like friends or whatever from other groups, and they just came in. I know they're not going to churn, but they might show up as like risky in the system. So that's the
Yeah.
stuff like that we're trying to keep like tuning it.
I'm kicking myself. I could have been an OG. Somebody posted about this when you first started, but I didn't understand it, which is
Yeah.
one of my points that I say all the time. I'm like, people have to understand your offer. If I had like not that you didn't explain it well, it just wasn't, I was like mind blown by all of it. And if I
Yeah.
would have understood it, man, I would have jumped in right at the beginning. Okay, so you answered that. You answered that. Let's see. In your classroom, I think that's actually my last question. In your classroom, maybe you could show us really quickly. I've only been up there one or two times. You go over all of this in there, right? And I know people ask you questions all the time and you help them live and answer them. But what's
Yes. So probably Skooly in action is the best place to go to like learn how to do stuff.
okay?
Like how do you like there's even you can set your theme, like a color scheme of the site, how to set up a custom domain. This is how you use the calendar where you can see all the calls. Um, this is how you set up the tier emojis, but you get the idea. And we're still building this out. Again,
Mhm.
the challenge here is that things are always changing. So like as soon as I make a video, like within a week or two, it might be a little bit different and not be relevant anymore. So what I try to do is just try to get the basics, the basic stuff like bare bones, like this is how you can get started and use it, and then really rely on the community part to.
Do you have training videos inside of your school?
Yeah, so there's training videos like this is how you use the stuff. But still, like some of it people still have questions for, with, and they'll either DM me or put it in the community. And then yeah, we take them as they
Hold on,
come.
man. Watch out, man. Alan's got a question. Watch out.
Yeah, sorry, I had to go for a moment, but I'm back if you covered this already. But my question is, when you have 300 people like I do in my community, and you're noticing that you've got low interactivity, are you pre-populating something to reach out to those people to get them to become more engaging? Is that a functionality that's you're offering?
What we could do is give you the visibility to help you identify who those people are, and then giving you a couple of different avenues that you can go down to get them back engaged and stuff. But there's the DMs. You could send everybody a DM with a personalized note or whatever. You can tag them all in a post or a comment or what have you. You can set them up into a DM sequence where you try to get them re-engaged. So it's really just like choose your own adventure, I guess, at that point, like how you want to get them re-engaged. Like there's a couple of different ways you could do it.
Yeah, Alan, did you miss the DM sequence part?
I think I did. I'm sorry. I was
Oh
Oh,
I was
you're
here
man,
the whole
fine.
time. So
that's a pot of gold.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
DM.
so
So
like
you've
you
got a
can
DM sequence.
yeah,
Okay.
so you can set up a DM thing like this and
Like a workflow, Alan. You can set up a workflow
A workflow.
where you want them to go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is just like go high level. Okay, got it.
Landing
Yeah.
pages,
He
all
was
the
thinking
things
of
that
you, Alan. When he designed this thing, he was thinking of you, man.
Well, I do a lot of live events, so I'm thinking like, how do I initiate? It's very limiting to have every 72 hours to send out a message. So it would be nice to be override that and be like, okay, I've got to. I would like to get higher registration to my live event. So how do you do that? Is that
Yeah, so
something you do?
right. So yeah, I mean, personally, what I would do is I would, make a post with the email, and then I would maybe start a DM sequence for the people who I wanted to invite. If it was for the whole group, that's fine. And then I would also have a list of my group and I would tag that list, leading up to the event. I would keep a separate list for the people who are already RSVP'd that they want to come, and I would keep those people engaged as well. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and then I would do a couple of series of scheduled posts just to like remind people like, okay, this is coming. And that.
And he has where if someone does a CTA or you can set up some sort of trigger on any post you want where it doesn't matter what they comment, you can set it up to send them an automatic DM
Yeah,
also, which
yeah,
is pretty wild.
yeah,
Wow.
exactly. So yeah, comment below if you want to learn more about our event, right? And then it'll send them a DM and say, "Hey, I saw that you're interested." Blah blah blah, whatever you want to say. At least then you can start the conversation with them. I wouldn't necessarily try to set up a really sophisticated sequence to like capture every variable that might happen and say, oh, if they say this, then I'm going to do, have an automation that says this. You could do that. You could do that. But I don't know. I feel
So
like in
you're
those situations, like a personal touch might be more effective.
so it's kind of
Could
like
you
bringing the Manny chat, basically
Yeah,
your
essentially. Yeah.
version of Manny chat to school. Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
How
you
much?
could set up oh, go ahead. Sorry, Alan.
Again, I missed this part. Currently, it's April 24th. What's the current pricing for premium?
Well, most of the goodies, the automations, they're on VIP. It's 59 a month or 389 for the year.
Okay.
And we have the 40% affiliate turned on.
Get your people in here. They're going to want to be on it for sure. And then you can set up, just to piggyback off the DM sequence, you can set up a CTA that's whatever they comment, you send them something. Say it's about a live call, a summit, an event. Could you then, and this is where I got to wrap my hand around the techie terms, you could set up maybe a follow up right before the event, like a reminder. I know we're going to be doing that anyways, but is that an option in
You
a
can
DM?
schedule your post, Ken. So when you do that, you schedule your post. Like if you have,
Okay.
let's say you have a meeting on Wednesday and you want to schedule a 5 sequence post, you can schedule those 5 posts to go out like you normally would do manually so that you can have the attendance for your meeting.
Okay, like I do my newsletters in system, but I'm
Right. You can
doing
schedule
it
the
in there.
post. So
Okay.
let me ask you also this, Joe. This would only be valuable for someone who owns a community, right? If someone doesn't own a community, there would be no value for them, right?
Well, if they're a school, let's say, I don't know, they don't own a community, but they're on Skool all the time. Like Skool is like their social media, they're a power user. Most power users are going to have a community, but they could, I think on the standard tier, there could be some value because they could bookmark posts. They can see the shared calendar for all the groups that they belong in. They could use the Hawk Talk voice notes and video and screen recording. Some people told me they actually got rid of Loom because of our Hawk Talk feature.
Would it be too much to ask from you to do a video of why if someone doesn't own a school, why they would need Skooly?
Yeah. I
Can
mean, I
you
don't
do
to be honest, I don't know if they would need it, but yeah, it could help them an awful lot. Yeah, for sure.
here's
Just
my question
benefit
with
wise.
that.
Yeah, just benefit wise, right? Just
Yeah,
benefit.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, sure.
Can we set a DM sequence if we do, say we're posting in the classifieds and we're dropping a training or summit coming up? Can we set uh, a mini chat thing for when they comment on that in other people's communities or only our own?
Good question. No, everything is only in our own as far as scheduling posts, auto DMing, stuff like that.
I was
You
thinking if so, then that would benefit a lot of people because some people don't want a community, but they still want to promote. They're in those promo groups to promote their products and stuff.
Yeah, I think that one's a little bit slippery slope that I at this point was not
Yeah.
willing to
Probably privacy stuff,
test my
right?
footing on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably like privacy.
privacy, and I think, yeah, it gets complicated because then it's like, oh, do you need to get the permission of the owner of the group?
Hmm.
Some things, like the way that the system is designed, like you just can't like do it. So yeah, it's not super possible, but you can still grab. I mean, I know this is completely unrelated to what you're asking, but you can still bookmark posts and you can still grab testimonials from other groups as long as they're mentioned. They're about you. So
Yeah, I could bookmark to go back to ones that I know I have a lot of comments on because I don't like to, I'm not on there all day like responding to people's comments, but I could have a short or a bookmark where I go back to the post to message the people. Seems to
Maybe I missed this, Joe. You
yeah,
say
yeah,
you grab testimonials from another group that is not yours if it's about you.
yes,
Wow.
Is
yeah.
there
So like,
any privacy there in terms of permission
well,
from the owner of that group or anything like that?
I mean, I would only do it if I talked to the owner of the group and I talked to the person and it had my name in it. Like if they were tagging me and
Mhm.
say, "Oh, thank you, Joe," like blah blah blah.
Like in the
But
classifieds, Shannon does Friend Friday would
right,
be an
right, right.
example, right? Like where she lets you in the comment
Are,
thread.
are you in the classified, Joe? I mean, this day, I mean, you should be
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
like 100 members an hour here with the classified.
I am in classified. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
So
Shannon,
if I went on I can't even talk, Friend Friday and promoted Joe's or Alan's or Kim's group, they could take that as a testimonial and add it to their page, correct?
that's right. Yeah,
Wow. That's nice.
yep.
I'm mind
All
blown,
right.
guys.
I gotta run. Sorry, but
No,
yeah.
yeah, I do too. This has been so good. I'm just running through does anybody else have any questions? Cynthia, Jeff, you can ask it. I know Jeff said, yes, I do. I don't know what that meant. I got kicked off for a second, so I don't know what you said before that, but maybe you have a question. You can type it in the chat if you don't want to unmute. How do we get
They
to?
shy people.
That used to be me. I didn't want to do that. I was the chat girl.
You gotta catch
Yeah,
Jeff
me
on the
too.
right day on the right side of the bed.
Yeah, right, Kim. He knows me very well.
I had to make the nail penetrate the skin, Jen.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, this is perfect for you, Jeff, because you got so many communities and you're trying to get all your calendar with all the
Yeah.
meetings in your communities. I was thinking of you when he said that.
Now I'm starting a third one too. I'm going to be hosting summits with Dr. Stephanie, and it only made sense to do one so it's not everybody like just joining my community when it's there for her too. So yeah, I'm gonna have 3 communities, which is insane.
The calendar feature, Joe, that's at the $9 tier, right?
Yeah,
Which
there's a
one?
lot of good. The short links
calendar?
are
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the standard tier too, right?
Which one? Sorry, Jennifer.
The
Short
calendar,
links?
like
Oh.
seeing all your calendars from every communities.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
standard. Yeah.
Okay.
And is the short links also on standard?
Yes.
That's what I thought, because when I was going through your thing you sent me, that was one, like, it had
Oh
me
no, they're
create
all
numbers.
waking up. It looks like my mom is here too.
It's all good. I just wanted to say this is good information. And I had just told Kim a couple of days ago, this is too much tech for me. I am 78 years old. I have a community, getting a handle on that. But when I said, I don't want any more tech, And then we had the meeting with Mike, and now with Joe. This is really like God talking to me. So I can't back out of the tech.
Oh,
You can do it. I have an 80-year-old that I coach. She couldn't, she was going to be on the call, but she had other things she needed to do. But
Mhm.
she will totally be don't like squash that limiting belief, because and I'm not super techie either. I'll have to take this step by step. I'll probably have to go to his classroom and rewatch certain things, but we can
Mhm.
do this, Cynthia. We can do it.
We can do it. Not a problem. I'm all ready to do it.
And
Appreciate
Jeff, did you have a
awesome.
question?
Thanks.
Did you have a question, Jeff?
I'm just trying to get
Oh,
Get
the
it.
wind is blowing.
okay. No, I just went in and I signed up.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. So you should be getting a automated DM within a couple of minutes that has your login credentials.
Yeah, I sent them the affiliate link. These guys were.
I
We're on
cannot wait to
autopilot.
add. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying we're on autopilot. I have already signed up and I got the automated response. And as soon
Awesome.
as we're off here, I can look at it.
Heck
Wonderful.
yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you guys.
Hmm.
We're going to be spreading. I mean, we have access to thousands of people in different communities. And that's why I told Kim and Alan, I was like, you guys have to be on this call. I can't like explain it to you because I'm not tech, but I'm just telling you, you need to know all this stuff because it's going to help us automate big time.
So
And
everything is set up from the web page, right? From the web app, right?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing that you could set up is the autoresponder on the, like, if you make a post manually, you can set up the autoresponder through this is that's disturbing. I'm not opening that. But but if you have a post here, you can set up the autoresponder on it.
Okay.
And then, that's pretty much one of the only things other than the testimonials and
this is going to give us our sanity back and a big space of our bandwidth.
So
All
okay.
those options that you see there is because you have the VIP, right? Because I don't remember seeing all those options on the 9 or 39.
Yeah, so shorten and copy. This is standard bookmark. See, I guess the problem is were you looking at the comparison page I sent in the chat?
Somewhat. No, I was just noticing like you have a lot more options, which I'm sure because you have the VIP version.
Yeah, so I'm logged in as admin, but like this is standard, this is premium, this is premium, this is premium. But yeah, I have everything unlocked right now.
Premium is just amazing itself, but like
Yeah.
the DM sequences and the scheduling of the post is VIP only. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Which makes me
Yeah,
want to
right.
like it's totally. I
But
see
the
why.
VIP, what do you get additional on the VIP as to what you just saw right there? Because
That's
everything there,
that's $59 a month.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you get unlimited testimonials pages. That's the first thing.
So how many you get on premium?
Premium, you get one.
One testimonial. So what's the point of having a premium?
No. You get one page, as many
one page.
unlimited. Yeah. So like if you had multiple offers or you wanted to do a different page for different communities or different workshops or whatever. So you couldn't really do that on premium. It would have to just be all in one.
That's all good. That's all good. I'm
Yeah,
having enough problems running one community.
But the other thing I told people is like if you're on VIP, you could offer a testimonials like as a service, like as an offer sweetener to your people. If that's
You
like,
mean like a white label?
yeah, basically like you say, oh, if you join my community, I'll give you a testimonial page, right?
Mm.
And then if you're on VIP with Skooly, then you would just go create a testimonial page for those people. But then you would have to manage it, which I don't know if you want to be in the business of managing testimonial pages for people.
That's what you get VAs for.
Right. You could do that. But then the sidekick is VIP. So you would have to So if
All
you
the
want,
chat rooms.
yeah, so if you want a chat room or if you want to enable AI in your community, then you would need VIP for that. Quick messages, you get unlimited on VIP.
What about the
Schedule-
scheduler? Is that VIP or premium?
Yeah, scheduled posts is only VIP. DM sequences is only VIP. Sidekick is VIP. Boards is premium plus.
But if you have 3 people that you refer, I mean, you're paid for plus a
Yeah,
little profit.
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. So
Mm.
I think that's been the thing that's been really key for us is like people see it, people love it, people join, and then they want to tell their friends about it. And
Mhm.
so, a
In
lot of
order
people are
to earn
missing.
affiliate, say I'm in premium, but somebody else buy VIP, I cannot earn affiliate unless I'm VIP, right?
No,
Mm-mm.
you could be on the $9 school
Mhm.
fee, and then if somebody gets VIP, then you would get that VIP affiliate, or it doesn't matter what tier you're on or
Okay.
what tier people join. Yeah, it's
Is
still
the affiliate
40%.
paid out in school or is it paid out outside of school?
It's in school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also with people, it's trigger based. So if I have one of my staff member adding people in the community for me, I can have that be a trigger so that an automated message will welcome each individual person.
That's right, because we're just looking at new member joined. We don't care if it was an invite or if they joined through the about page, so they would still be considered like a new member join. So
Yeah. Even someone on a hobby page, if they have his VIP, they could set up that because on the hobby you can't do the auto DM, which is a huge plus of the pro plan.
the welcome, right? Yeah.
Wow.
But
We need a part 2.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to set up another time, whenever is good for
Incredible.
everybody.
Yeah, Alan, Kim, well, everybody, we can
Do it.
get a part 2 and have all our people come like a big shebang or however y'all want to do it.
I
I love
know.
this.
Let's go.
There's a lot of info in this one. I mean, this is good. If people, if they understand the value, I don't see why they wouldn't, unless they're just beginner with their community or obviously don't have one. I don't know. All right. I do have to get off here. I can, if you guys, if you don't need to go, I can just leave. I will be uploading the replay either tonight or maybe tomorrow for everybody. It's going to be just free. Not charging for it or anything. And any last questions, or I can just you can kick me out and somebody else can host, whatever y'all want to do. I don't
Well,
know, Joe.
awesome.
It's his weekend and he's got 3 kiddos.
Yeah, I got
Probably.
three kiddos, and my parents are in town. So yeah, I think I do need to
Yeah.
drop off as well. But yeah, if anybody has any questions or any thoughts or anything, just
He's really good about
ping me.
answering people in his community, and even I saw him show someone like I don't know what their question was, but he literally showed him like this is the DM sequence I would do for what you're asking. And I was like, dang.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I didn't tell you. But yeah, we could export those and import those. So like if we have any good ones, then we could share them. But yeah, I don't know how many people have been using that, but yeah, we have that ability too. So ideally it'll come out of the box with like a few
for what
features.
it's worth,
Like templated workflows.
Yeah, exactly.
for what
Wow.
it's worth, Joe, I was looking at your calendar, but I would recommend at least once a week Q&A as your community grow.
Yeah.
That would be very helpful because I'm saying there's a lot of information, probably 1,000 questions a brand new person would want to ask, right?
Yep.
I'm just saying, I think it would be good to have at least a once a week. I was looking at your calendar, like you don't have anything else left for this month.
Yeah.
Jennifer, thank you so much for this. It's been incredible. Joe,
Yeah.
welcome anytime to come talk to my community too. Let's go, Roscoe. Let's go.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Joe. I really appreciate your time. I know we went over, and I appreciate everyone for being here and sticking with us. Let us know if you have any questions. I probably won't be able to answer them, but Joe will definitely be able to answer them. I'm
All
so
right.
excited. I'm definitely upgraded. I put my link in the chat if anybody's on here and wants to just go check it out. He does like a 7-day free trial, so you're not like held hostage or anything. And yeah, you guys have a good weekend. I'm getting ready to go hang out with my mom as well. And this has been amazing. I'm so excited for everybody to see the replay.
All right. Thank you.
All
Now
right.
take care.
Thanks,
All right.
Jennifer. Thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
guys. Thank you,
Take
Joe.
care.
Thanks for
Appreciate
everything.
you.
All right.
All
Thank you,
right, bye-bye.
Jennifer. Appreciate it.